it's me, Klein, and today we are going to discuss my journey on the course Purposive Communication with Interactive Learning. I'm going to share to you my experiences, knowledge, insights, and accomplishments. So, what are you waiting for? Come, join me as we look back and review on the things I've learned on this course. Right here because I'm gonna review all of those exams. You are also gonna see a screen on the side so that you can see what I'm looking at. I remember the first exam was not what I expected it to be. I assumed it will be much more like the regular exams wherein you will have MCQ type of assessments, but it wasn't. We were informed by our prof to select countries to do a comparison and contrast based on the options that he provided. And I immediately chose the Anglo-Australian relations, which is the Australia and United Kingdom. So what I basically did is I had a substantial research about those countries, a lot of readings I would say, and gathered relevant information to contribute to my paper. I successfully put together a mini portfolio that ignites cultural appreciation in Australia and United Kingdom.
Australia and United Kingdom was actually a good choice for me. Both of the countries' connections can be symbolized by a best of friends relationship. They share the same monarch and are both Commonwealth nations. The largest foreign investor of Australia is UK. At the same time, Australia is ranked 5th largest trading partner of UK. They have the strongest investment relationship ties that are influenced by both countries' history, common values, and strong personal links. According to history, Australia used to be a penal colony since notorious criminals of United Kingdom were placed in the country. Hence, an observation of their culture in terms of childbirth practices, parenting styles, wedding rites, dining etiquette, work ethics, family orientation, and burial customs will be interesting, knowing that both countries have historic relations, having the possibility of shared mores.
Okay, so for the second exam, we were still asked to make a paper, but this time it is an editorial one, and I was kind of skeptical about it because I never had a background on how to write one. But then luckily we were grouped as a team, so we have each of the members helping hand to successfully deliver an output. So we had to discuss everything in our group chats and collated our different viewpoints of the topics that we chose. And of course, for the editorial cartoon, we had it drawn by one of our members as well. So lastly, we just added our finishing touches and then bam!
The Philippines' education system is commonly face-to-face or classroom setup. However, COVID-19 pandemic put everything on hold and took the spotlight all over the country. Our ingenuity and resourcefulness are challenged. Online education has paved its way to Filipinos. Even so, this is a new approach in learning where the country is not very familiar with. The prodigy of online education is that it provides multimodality approach in educating the students. Education is attained even in the comforts of our home because of the advancement in technologies. Nevertheless, not everyone is enjoying the same privilege with the new system. Online blended education has a lot of controversies. The timely implementation of such is one. The readiness of the students for home-based education is another. Finally, the quality of services by the telecommunication companies. As Jose Rizal once said, "Youth is the hope of the nation." Are we? With this present educational platform, are we becoming the hope of the nation?
Okay, so for this one, we had to make a video awareness about COVID-19, and I opted for something that is very personal and relatable for a lot of students like me who is struggling through the different challenges of the new modality in learning that is implemented due to this pandemic. I remember I made this video short film vibe on the intro just to make it more dramatic and, deep, and all the things that I showed in that clip is actually true. The music was heavy and it really fits the situation as well. We are currently living in a world that's full of uncertainty. We don't know what's yet to come. when it's gonna end or how it's gonna end. Coronavirus disease have made the world suffer through public health emergency. According to doh.gov.ph, as of October 11, 2020, we have 339,341 confirmed cases in the Philippines with 6,321 deaths. Everything is in chaos. The world is at hold. But one thing is for sure. All of this will come to an end through God's will. The only thing we need to do is to hold on and do whatever we can. The small distance we make creates a big difference. Let's stop complaining and be the change ourselves through following health protocols. Let's wash our hands more frequently with soap and water. Let's use face shields and face masks to avoid contagion other people with airborne diseases. Let's maintain 1 meter social distancing and let's stay at home as much as we can. Everyone is crying for help. Why don't we try to lend one? In this exam, we had to make a 2-minute speech of a certain topic, and I chose something that I can relate to somehow and that I'm very passionate about, educating people that is suffering through this issue, or for those people who are the reason why some have experienced this, and that is cyberbullying. Speaking from experience in my early childhood days, bullying is one of the reasons why I became who I am today. I can say that I'm a lot stronger now than I was before, and I want those victims to realize it may sound like it is the hardest to overcome and it will feel like it is pulling you down, but don't let it rule over you. I have conquered it through God's grace, and I hope that you would as well. Cyberbullying, cyber harassment, and cyber stalking is an act of using technology as a medium to sow fear and deprive the victim of self-worth and dignity. Using the advancement of technology as a tool for bullies to step up their attack and remain anonymous at the same time. With schools being compelled to implement alternative education through online learning due to this pandemic, the degree of cyberbullying is expected to soar even higher. It affects 65% of Filipino youth aged 13 to 17, wherein 44% reported cyber violence through verbal abuse over the internet or sexual messages. Catastrophic effects on the physical and emotional well-being of teens are affected by these online platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Living in an era where the current generation of children has technology as norm, it is important to foster digital literacy. We should teach web surfers to think before you click. Cyberbullying incidents will not dispel anytime soon, so if you are a victim, then you can take the legal route as a response to this inhumanity. The flagship Child Online Protection of the Department of Education, Republic Act 10627 or the Anti-Bullying Act, Republic Act 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act, Republic Act 7610, Republic Act 9995, and Data Privacy Act of 2012. All of these aims to protect us from persistent confrontations of cyberbullying or cybercrime. Remember, if people are trying to bring you down, it only means that you're above them. So rise behind ashes of despair and soar like a phoenix. Alright, on to the 5th exam. So, can I just say that I look funny on this one? Well, I had to transform into an opposite gender. I played different characters. Well, what I mean is 4. Miss EO, Miss Chinky, Miss Witty, and Mr. Chavez. Wow, I never imagined I would play such different roles in just a short span of time. But I'm kind of proud of this one, not because I feel like I look great, but because I got to do it. To step out of your comfort zone is really good sometimes because you will really learn a lot. And in this video, I needed to plan a lot of things like memorizing the 4-page script, preparing my wardrobe and makeup, setting up the shoot. In short, I was my own production team and it was really fulfilling to finish it off. I got promoted months ago as the Chief Executive Officer and President of this prestigious company.
Being one in this corporate world is such a challenge on my part. I work tough day and night to grab this once-in-a-lifetime most sought-after position. Many envied me when I formally received such promotion.
But time and time again, I humbly and confidently said to myself, I deserved it. And God, in His perfect time, placed me in this position. The 6th and 7th exam is all about our research paper, and I just utilized a topic from last year's, which is about the correlation of the behavior of students from the different parenting styles.
Parenting style is one of the most widely studied variables in human development. A parenting style represents a constellation of attitude towards the child that taken together create an emotional climate in which the parent's behavior are expressed. The purpose of the study was to determine the relationship between parenting styles and behavior of pre-baccalaureates, PBMAR, and science and technology, engineering and mathematics, STEM, senior high school students. A quantitative research design using correlation research methods was utilized in the study. Using the Rausoff sampling calculator, 209 students were selected with a 5% margin of error. T-test and analysis of variance, ANOVA, were used to analyze the data. The relationship of parenting styles and behavior of students was analyzed using persons. A stratified sampling technique was used to determine the respondents of PBMAR and STEM. The overall result shows that parenting styles severely affect the behavior among students. This indicates that authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and neglectful parenting styles are predictors of behavior. A highly significant difference in parenting styles and behavior in terms of sex and strand was shown. This indicates that parenting styles and students' behavior differ in their sex and strand. Age was not statistically significant in explaining the parenting styles and the type of behavior of the respondents. This research study will contribute to the field of education by determining the different types of parenting styles in accordance to the behavior of the respondents.
Alright, so that is all that I did for the 1st until the 7th exam. So this is the last exam that I'm doing right now. It's a mini documentary, and I'm really grateful to be able to have this course since I have learned a lot. It improved my communication skills, not just in writing but also through speaking as well. It will be really helpful for me in my higher years. I am gonna bring with me all of the learnings and experiences that I had with this course and hopefully apply it in the future. So that is it. Bye!